Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Should I just pull it?
Right, let's go.
I've hit like a breaking point, and it was a sink or swim moment. It wore me down so much, and has worn me down so much. It's completely crippled my life. Been teetering on the edge of it for years and years and years. I literally can't do this anymore.
This has been years, many.
21 years. First year of university, so getting ready to go out. I remember to this day, and I remember doing my hair and doing this, and looking in the sink and going like, oh, a lot of hair falling out. I was like, I thought, okay, cool, whatever, hair falls out.
Yeah.
Didn't really think anything of it. Now, I used to go out a lot, so I was going like 4 or 5 days a week. And every time I went to the sink to do my hair, it felt like the same amount of hair was falling out. And I started noticing, I go to the hairdressers, and it still looked kind of all right on top. But you start to notice the sides are getting are growing faster than the top. Into my third year of uni, as I started, I really noticed it. Because I went thin first. So I ended up kind of like brushing it forward and up a bit. And you have it slightly longer, like a bit kind of like, covering. And when I finished university, all my friends were going traveling, and they were like, oh, do you want to come? We're going traveling. And I wanted to go, but I remember thinking, oh, I don't know how my hair's going to look this year. What do I do?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, no, I'm cool, I don't want to go.
So you missed out on
And
that.
that was the kind of start. I was like, no, I'm just not going to do this. I applied for drama school, went to drama school. Inevitably, the hair keeps going, right? At this point, I'm freaking out. Mirrors everywhere. I am literally freaking out. And I'm supposed to be like really comfortable on stage. And so for that whole year, the teachers just thought I wasn't very good. And I was like, I can't do this. I was freaking out. My friend, he was sort of receding, and his mum sent him over some finasteride. I started taking that, and I started using Regain. But again, like everyone says, it was oily. It was dried. I was like, this is awful. This went on for a couple of years. I started using like, obviously the powders, and I'm freaking out all the time, going on stage thinking, I just look awful. This is terrible. I'm playing like young leads and pretending I've got this thick hair. Basically, I saw an advert for a hair studio, right? I went and I said, laser treatment. I was like, great. Okay. I'm going to do that. And you see the pictures before and after, you're like, oh, wow, it must work, right?
Yeah.
I got there and I felt like I was in like a car showroom, like someone was selling to me. And I knew they were selling to me. But if you panic, right, you'll do anything. I'd got an acting job that paid me a reasonable amount of money. So I had the money to do it. So I paid for it. A year later, of this lasers and tablets and all the stuff they give you, it just wasn't working, I was in that small percentage they told me that it doesn't work for.
Right.
They're like, oh, we've got another solution, right? I was like, okay. So they're like, look, it's this. It's a hair system, and it's integrated with your hair. So I was like, okay. In my head, this integrated system meant they were essentially going to fill in the gaps, right? I didn't know what they were doing. On the first day I went in to do it, like, cool, we're just going to try it out. Vroom,
right, yeah.
Down. I was like, they put it on, I was like, oh my Lord, what is that? I thought, maybe this is okay, right? You should realize, but what they don't tell you is, inevitably, that hair is not going to last forever. So every year or more, the system thins out.
Right, okay.
All back, and you suddenly start to feel, oh crap. I didn't want to go bald, basically, right? I was freaking out, yeah? What do I do? I'm tied to this thing. How do I get out of it? I'm suddenly got this thing in my head. And then I start getting cast in shows, and I'm like, now I'm freaking out even more, because in shows you have wigs, makeup, the whole lot.
Yeah.
So I start cancelling auditions. Like my agent's like, oh, I've got you this advert for a commercial. I think I was like 28 at the time, 28, 29. Must have own hair. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I just freaked. I was like, it's like they've seen into my soul. That was it for me. I stopped. I was terrified of every audition, every rehearsal room. Someone's going to see it. They're going to ask me to change my hairstyle. They're going to ask me can they color my hair? Or would you mind growing your hair a bit longer? I started going out with this girl, and it was all great. And then never questioned the hair, never questioned anything. At first a little bit, but only like, oh, you're not going to the hairdressers? Oh, where'd you get your hair cut? I started having to lie about everything. I had to go into London to get it done. So why was I going to London every 3 weeks?
Right, yeah.
All the time. I'm just going to go to the gym. I might be there a while. A web of lies continued over and over, and I was just getting more and more depressed about it. I've competed a lot in kickboxing stuff. I was one of the black belts in the club, and I was really good at the time, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep going to it. I put on a head guard, and we did the session, and at the end of it, we had to all take everything off and bow. And as I went to take it off, the hair system was so loose, it was coming off with the head guard. I was like, oh my God. And the only thing that saved me is that because I'm one of the kind of main instructors there, they didn't question why I left it on.
Yeah.
I had to go to the back room, take it off. It came off with it, and I had to put it back on. It was like a farce. It wore me down so much, and has worn me down so much. It's completely crippled my life. It sounds dramatic, but it really has. I've had so many tears over it. I split up with that girl, which was horrible. And then I met this other girl. I was like, I'm not going to lie. But I thought to myself, she's younger than me, right? She's quite a chunk younger. And I thought, we get on so well. This is great. This is great. And I'm okay. I can't tell her this because she's not going to want to be with someone who's bald, right? That's what's going in my head. So I thought, do you know what? She's going away. I'm going to get a crap load of work and I'm going to save the money for a hair transplant. Coronavirus hit. So now she's around for the year. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm trying to save this money, a couple £100, a few £100, £1,000, £2,000, £3.5 grand. And I'm like, oh, I need like 20 for what I'm looking at, to be able to be good on camera.
You want like a full restoration thing, not just one little procedure, right?
Of course, that pressure of trying to save the money starts putting pressure on me, pressure on the relationship. And I can feel myself pushing away. I was just like, I'd move away, or I'd be like, all right, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to go see my family? I'm like, oh, no. Because I realized that this was looking really bad. I started stopping going to see things. I started like becoming this grumpy person, right? Because if I became this grumpy person, no one's going to question it. I'm just this aloof guy. I started doing it in shows. I did it in person. It's worn me down to like nothing. It just made me like question everything. And I just thought, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And when I spoke to my friend and he said, watch this channel, like, what's your channel? I just kind of thought, oh, you know what? I might have lost this relationship. I might have ruined it, but I can't do this to myself anymore. I do go places, but I go places in fear. And it sounds so dramatic, but it genuinely has been that crippling for me in my life. It really has. I just don't want to be that person anymore. I'm so done. I'm so tired. You know, you just kind of think, what am I doing? You know, I haven't actually had a shower where water has touched my head.
Yeah.
Since I was 27. I miss like I said, I don't go swimming. I haven't been swimming since must have been 20. I stopped going. I started having to buy umbrellas and carry them everywhere, and hats and everything you can think of I've done. And I look back now, I just think, oh, it's so stupid. Pretty sure that even the most recent girl I was going out with, if I'd have just said at the very beginning, I'm pretty sure it would have been okay. And I think that actually just not doing it, it's like being the final straw. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. Honestly, if anyone out there, like, it's so not worth it. And I've been through 20 years of it. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Should I just pull it?
Welcome to my moment of truth, as it were. First things first. Let's take off this stupid shit that's been on my head for so long.
It served its purpose for whatever it was. And
Served its
time
purpose.
to go.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Well done.
There we go.
It looks so good. You're gonna look amazing.
That's what I had on for many a moon. I look like a prick.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just gonna keep that. Monty can chew it
ready?
later.
Just stop moving. Okay.
Yeah. This is only okay because I can't see myself. Oh. I'm not sad there's nothing to hang on to. I'm just...
You're not going to regret this, I'm telling you this now.
Oh my lord.
This is already looking... There you go.
Crap, this was not the plan. I think it's worse that I can't see it, but I can see it. I don't want to see it. Before you do anything, I don't drink, by the way. In case this is not a general thing, so I'm sure who knows. Oh dear.
This must feel so good.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't feel anything yet, so I can't see it. It just.
No, but I feel.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
feel this, the freshness on
Freedom.
the skin, the
Right.
freedom?
Honestly, it's going to be a little bit red, and it's going to be a little bit like it's not going to look the best.
No, that's what I said. I think you need to wash and then
Yeah.
let it breathe a bit.
It's
and
because
then...
that stupid shit in your head, and then if you exercise like I do quite a lot, then you're gonna get a bit of redness and stuff.
Come on now, this looks really good.
Huh?
You have a very good shape, head shape.
Wow.
You will need a bit of blending with the beer, but it's very good so far. Yeah. What do you think?
It's great.
I mean,
Honestly, just hold on.
There's so many lights in this bathroom. This
Well,
is
it
the
doesn't
brightest
matter.
bathroom I've ever been in
It
my
doesn't
entire
matter.
life.
And mirrors, it doesn't matter anymore. So I think.
Maybe it's quite hot, but it's fine.
Hold on.
No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh my god, this is not fun. I don't know why I thought it was going to be.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this, which is the skin one, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
I know.
I feel like I should have been looking in the mirror the whole time because the reveal's going to be horrific. Ah, dear. Oh god. It's really weird. Like, I know what's happening, but at the same time, I have absolutely no clue what's happening.
Is that irritating you? On the
What,
skin?
my lack of hair? Is a
No,
little
no.
bit-
Shut up. Like the.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. It's had like horrific glue on for like 15 years. I think it'll be alright.
It is very white, the skin compared to your left, which is very normal, yeah? So, just saying.
Give me the doctors. It's very normal.
It's very normal. I don't want you freaking
It's
out.
normal to
like,
feel this way. It's normal to feel
then
this
it's
way.
sunny at the moment. We've done a couple of days. You need to be
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
without a hat on. It's better when it's all the same colour. That's what I'm trying to say. When
Yeah.
it's the skin, like it's actually easier to do on yourself than.
Jesus, this was such a good idea about an hour ago.
You did it. I'm very proud of you.
It's not feeling like a good idea
That
anymore.
was a very good head. How's your head? Do you think you're gonna freak out to see it all together?
Of course I'm going to freak out when I say it all.
The last thing you want now is to have an injury on your head. Okay?
Sergio, there is already an injury on my head.
Inside your head there is one, that's for sure, not on your head.
Thing is, I haven't seen it yet, so this is like... Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have to look at it now?
Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
No, I'm giving you a drink.
Alright, I thought you gave me a mirror. No, man, I hate mirrors.
Juan,
Left
stop
side.
it, you're making this so like worse than it is.
Oh
This
my
is
god.
Perfect.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Come on, that's good if you
Amazing.
know it. It's okay, let it down, you can let it down.
Jesus Christ. My head is so white.
Yes, I told you, your head is so white because it's been covered. Listen, I was
Oh, that, you
very-
can see that. Fucking tough.
So obviously I've covered it so
Have
long.
I?
So
That's
Come
amazing.
on.
Well done, sir. You've done a great job. Is that what you want to hear?
come on, you know, yeah.
I can't used to look at
This
myself.
looks so much better than
Fantastic.
before. I'm sorry.
Hang on. Let's do a comparison.
You're such an idiot. You love it. Okay, the fact that you play.
Oh shit.
So the fact that you're playing alone, the fact that you're playing means okay, you're fine. Okay, don't worry. There you go.
So
That's it.
eventually, this is what it's come to.
Come on, this looks good. Oh my
So
god, this looks so
I'm
good.
struggling to look at myself.
Yes, of course.
But yeah,
I get it,
okay.
I get it.
It's, let's
and
be
because,
honest.
And because I said,
I mean, it's better than that, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Juan, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Dude, I'm doing really, really well. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. It was an experience.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And
It didn't. I know a lot of people talk on your channel like an element of like relief. For me, it was less relief and more. I just felt slightly stupid, a bit ashamed of the fact I'd let it go on so long. I've had only positive responses. Literally, one of the guys that that I teach, I was just chatting to him. And he's like, "Do you know what? I don't know how else to put it other than you sound lighter." Because I had to hide it. It's the one thing I had to put a block on. It's the one thing I couldn't say. It's the one thing that was holding me back. Once I've made that decision, it was surprisingly easy to tell people because it was no longer going to be a secret, right? I went to the first acting class that I'd been to in God knows how long. it sounds all very cliched, like your truth and all this kind of stuff, but it is. If if you wear a hair system, you tell everyone and you're happy with it, and you're like, yeah guys, I wear this and it's cool, and you don't mind, you just like the way you look with it. If you can do that and you're okay with it, fine, absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't that. For me, it was just hiding. Literally, I was hiding from the world, hiding from myself, hiding from my partner at the time, and then hiding from my girlfriend. After I just thought, I can't do this. How do I do this?
Yeah, how long does it go on for?
I can look back and think, did I waste all that time? And I didn't, because it's not like I just stopped living, but I wasn't getting everything out of life I could have done. And I feel like now, at least there's the opportunity, I'm so much more confident in the fact that I'm just not hiding anything, I'm not by nature like an anxious person, but this had actually turned me into an anxious person. When there'd been shows, I think people were looking at my hair and all this kind of stuff. And as soon as I took it off, as soon as it was gone, looked in the mirror a few times, like, this is a bit weird. I was like, actually, all that anxiety disappeared. It wasn't like a sense of relief in that sense of the people, but I just suddenly felt like it wasn't there anymore, because it couldn't be. And that's the main thing for me, that I think because that element of it's gone, I can be myself. I found that I'm just now able to maintain the way I was without thinking. There's no thought or time or anything goes into that which did before. The best I can describe it, I don't have this permanent narrative going on in my head like this all the time. Like, this is, what if they see this, what if they do that, what if that happened? I feel clearer. I feel like someone's upped my IQ by about 10 points, because suddenly I can see clearly. Like, it's like, oh, that came to my head because I didn't have this background noise.
Yeah.
It's not distracting me, It's just, everything's just a bit easier. And I think for people looking in, they might think that sounds dramatic, but it's definitely, obviously, it's a psychological thing, but it's like, it feels like a physical weight. Something you're carrying around the whole time. Yeah. And because you're so desperate to hide it, it just plays on your mind. Or you see people talk about it, like, and you're thinking that, like, 24/7. That's all I was thinking about. 24/7. How does it look? How do I sort this out? How am I going to get the money for a potential hair transplant? How am I going to?
Such a drain.
It just takes everything out of you. And one thing I did feel was exhausted. It feels like a nail in the coffin when you're about to do it, almost, but it has the absolute opposite effect. Strange to look at, still getting used to the way you look, but it's not strange to other people. Other people accept it way, way faster than you do. You have this thing that's happening to you that shouldn't be happening. Why is it happening? I'm not going to be me. I'm not going to look like me. How are people going to react? How am I ever going to do whatever it is you do? And then when you take control of it, you take all that back. So yes, would anyone choose it? Probably not. Like so many things in life. But is it the end of the world? Even close? No, it's actually the smallest blip when it comes to, like, your overall happiness and your overall life. That's the logical conclusion that we would all have. Even if you asked us, any one of us, as your hair was going, logically you can say yes, that's true, but you're not dealing with logic. You're dealing with things from an emotional perspective, and that's why it's so hard to deal with. Everything now for me is a positive, and everything I do in my life now has a much better, it's just lighter. There's like, everything's got a lighter touch. Everything just feels a bit easier. If you can just do it, then you just, like you said, you take back that control, and you can just go, it was just, that was it. And it only really had massive significance and relevance to me. And all it did was improve my life and my relationships with other people, because I no longer had to shy away from it.
Man. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. No, thank you so much. I really, once again, I gotta thank you for doing this.
Just normalizing it, right? Demystifying, normalizing, however you want to put it, just really helped me out. Just when I was in that place of, like, wanting to make that decision, or in that bad place in my head, and just watching the channel, it wasn't this like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to shave my head, what am I gonna do? I just kind of went, actually, why am I making this?
I can do this.
The be all and end all of life. I can do this.
On a personal level, man, honestly, really, really happy for you.